Hello good people of the internet, my name is Hexa, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the cozy hygge activities that have been getting me through winter and through life in general. And yes, I'm wearing my pajamas because this video is all about those cozy vibes, those comfy vibes, and what could be more cozy and comfy than heart print pajamas and this cardigan which I wear literally like all the time. So Christmas and the New Year have come and gone, and during the Christmas and holiday season, we always have an abundance of cozy, comfy vibes. We've got, the kitchen is full of food, there's presents, there's decorations, there's candles, there's warmth and good holiday cheer, and probably a fair bit of alcohol in the mix. But now that's all over and we are left with still another good few months of winter to go. If you live in like a northern area where it's really cold like I do, you know that we've got at least like it's gonna be cold till May, right? So today I'm bringing you some ideas for activities that you can do to bring those cozy, Christmassy, holiday vibes into every single day and just keep that warmth and good cheer coming, It's all about balance, relaxation, and finding time for self-care and nurturing your inner child. So the first activity I want to talk about is reading comfort books and watching comfort movies. I've spent the last few years primarily reading self-help books and like personal finance stuff, personal development, how to upgrade your lifestyle and be a more productive person, that kind of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I found that it had been a really, really long time since I had read something purely for my own pleasure and enjoyment. I had forgotten how much I loved reading fiction and just getting lost in the kinds of stories that I liked to read when I was a teenager. So lately, I've been reading Midnight Sun, which I hadn't read yet. I was a huge Twilight fan in my teens, and then I kind of fell off the wagon and lost interest in it. And then recently, I've been kind of in that Twilight revival kind of phase. Along with that, I've picked up excuse me. I am filming a video. Okay, goodbye. Bye. It's been bringing me a lot of joy to just curl up in bed with a good vampire romance novel, get myself some tea and cookies, and just read something that allows me to wind down and relax rather than it being for some higher purpose. As for movies, my family and I watched some Harry Potter movies together. We watched a ton of cheesy Christmas movies over the holidays, and I've started rewatching the Good Witch series, which I think is a Hallmark series, and it's one of those super cheesy shows where everyone is super positive and really nice and kind and everything works out in the end. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure, I think as adults, we fall into this trap of feeling like we're too mature for this, or this is too childish for us, and we need to leave that stuff behind and focus on more grown-up serious stuff and only read really serious nonfiction books and only watch educational documentaries about important topics and stuff. But I think it's vitally important for our well-being and our happiness to stay in touch with our inner child and allow ourselves to like the things that we actually like, right? Instead of telling ourselves that we shouldn't like them because they're for kids or because they're a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. If it makes you feel good and if it nurtures your soul or helps you relax and wind down, then it's not a waste of time because you need that in your life. The next activity I want to suggest is spending time outdoors and in nature. I just want to start off by saying I do not like the cold. I love the snow and watching the snow fall, and I love the feeling of being warm and cozy in my home, watching the cold happening outside, but I do not like being physically in the cold, right? So It's easy for me to be very like resistant to leaving the house during winter. If I'm not careful and if I don't pay attention to it, I could easily go like 2 weeks without ever stepping foot outside. But I've been trying to make a habit of actually remembering to go out every day, take my dog for a walk, or, you know, step out onto the terrace and fill my lungs with the fresh, brisk winter air. And most of the time I find that it's not as unpleasant as I think it will be. I notice things like the way that the snow or the frost sparkles in the light, and I notice the clouds moving in the sky when the wind blows, or I hear the trees rustling, or I smell someone's bonfire in the air, and it actually ends up being a really wholesome and uplifting experience, and it leaves me feeling more energized and more awake than I did before. The crazy, cold-loving Nordic people have a saying that there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothes. I'm not sure if I agree with that statement, but they are some of the happiest people in the world, so they must be doing something right. So if you've found yourself neglecting exercise or not getting enough time outdoors because of the cold, just, you know, put on your biggest, heaviest coat and your gloves and your scarf and your hat and your whatever you want to wear to bundle up and stay warm outside, and just go. Just go for a walk. Go for a walk in nature. If you live in the city, go for a walk in a park and try to notice the good things about the winter season. I'm sure in the end you'll find that it's not as bad as you thought. This next point is probably my favorite and has had an immense impact on my well-being, and that is making time for hobbies. Again, this is one of those things that we lose in adulthood, right? Like when you're little, you have a habit of asking your friends and your classmates, like, what are your hobbies, right? But adults don't really ask that as much. When you enter adulthood, it's more about what your job is and, you know, what you do for money. But adults still need hobbies. Adults still need to do things to express themselves creatively, or to take care of their physical health or their mental health, practice self-care, and feel a sense of progress and forward motion in an area that isn't tied to their income. So to give you some ideas and some examples, I'm gonna list some of the hobbies that I've been getting into over the last few months. Firstly, I've started singing again. Music is probably my first creative love. It's that one thing that I swore would always be a part of my life and probably always be one of the most important things in my life. And yet it had actually been a really, really long time since I had been singing regularly. And I genuinely found myself feeling as if I was losing my singing voice. So I went on Fiverr and I found myself a singing teacher, and I've had a few lessons with him, and it's been really great. I've been improving and singing more frequently and working on some songs, and it just feels amazing to get back into it. I've also found a Chinese teacher on Fiverr to start working on my Chinese, because it's been 3 years since we left China and 5 years since I've had to do any actual studying of the Chinese language. And in that time, I find that my Chinese is like slowly slipping, you know? Like, it's harder for me to find my words, it's harder for me to express myself. I can't remember how to write a lot of characters. Growing up in China and being able to learn Chinese is such a unique and special opportunity, and I don't want that to go to waste. I was so privileged to be able to do that, and it's just such a waste to allow myself to forget the language. So yeah, I got a Chinese teacher, and she gave me my first writing assignment. 比如, yeah. Close, but not quite. 比如说烤肉. Watch me not know how to write Romania in Chinese. And it sucked. Like, I could barely string a few words together, which was a real wake-up call, but I feel really good about the fact that I'm doing something to work on it. I started writing a book, which I won't say too much about. I've written about 30,000 words, but I've definitely hit that kind of wall where like right now I hate my characters, I hate my story, there's no plot, I have no idea what's gonna happen next, and I'm just like questioning whether this was a good idea in the first place. But I used to love creative writing as a kid, and I used to want to be an author, and then as I got a little bit older, I kind of gave up on my dream because I realized how much time and dedication and patience it actually takes, and I just thought that there's no way that I'm capable of that, right? So I kind of gave up on it for a few years, and now I've started working towards that dream again. And the fact that I've written 30,000 words really encourages me and kind of tells me that, oh, wait, if I have the capacity to sit down and write that much, then maybe this is something that I'm actually able to carry to the end, you know? So we'll see how that goes. Over Christmas, I got back into my polymer clay hobby because I wanted to make some little polymer clay Ellies and mochas for my boyfriend and his family and for my family. I had started like a polymer clay earring business in 2020, and I sold a few pairs, but mostly I just lost a lot of money. And I also feel like my heart just wasn't in it because I'm a pretty anxious, jittery kind of person, and earrings are like very, very tiny, and I found that all those like making all those teeny tiny earrings, although it produced some earrings that I was really proud of and that looked really, really good, it was very, very stressful for me. But making the Ellies and mochas, because they were bigger and they were intended to be kind of like Christmas ornaments or fridge magnets, there wasn't as much pressure, there weren't as many teeny tiny intricate details, and I actually had a lot more fun with it. And the last hobby that I got into recently is cross stitching. I definitely underestimated how long it would take to finish the projects that I bought, like the cross-stitching sets that I bought. But it's kind of just a really good, calming, soothing, slightly like mind-numbing activity. Like there's no like brain power involved. You can just kind of like put a movie on in the background and just work on it. That was something that was really good about both the polymer clay and the cross stitching, is that normally I'm the kind of person who like every 20 minutes I get distracted or bored and I need to get up and do something else. But with making the polymer clay ornaments and doing my cross stitching, it's genuinely something where I can just sit down and work on it for like 2 hours uninterrupted. And I don't know, it helps me focus, it helps me wind down, it helps my brain kind of like slow down a little bit in a good way. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that. My next cozy winter activity I want to suggest is one that I'm sure you have all thought of at some point, which is baking and making sweets and treats for yourself and your family. It's just such a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling when your whole house smells like whatever is baking in the oven. It just fills your heart and hearth with warmth and joy and peace and love and all of those like good cheer, cozy vibes. I personally like to bake things from scratch just because I like the process of like weighing all the ingredients and following all the steps. I really like baking. I'm not so much into cooking. I like cooking as well, but not as much as baking. But if you don't trust yourself that much in the kitchen, you can always just get something, you know, like a Betty Crocker box cake, something that's totally fine as well. The important part is that you enjoy yourself, and baking is such a great like tactile experience, right? Like it really invites all of the senses in. You're smelling all these nice aromas, and you're maybe getting your hands all up in the dough and stuff, and you're, I don't know if you're hearing anything particularly, but you get what I mean. And at the end of it, you have something delicious to reward yourself with. And I know it's the new year and a lot of people are probably like on diets and trying to lose weight and stuff, but I just want to say that getting healthy and fit and losing weight, it's not about depriving yourself of the things that you enjoy. It's just about balance, right? Like it's about being able to bake a whole cake without eating the whole cake in one sitting, you know? So let yourself have those moments of self-indulgence, and remember that it's not just about like feeding your body the best, healthiest, most perfect low-calorie food. It's also about feeding and nourishing your soul. And sometimes what you need for that is chocolate cake or apple pie or cinnamon rolls or whatever you like. My next suggestion for a cozy winter and a cozy life is if you love animals and you have the time and the money to be able to raise and take care of an animal, get yourself an animal. Ellie is sitting with me here. I think she wants to escape right now. But having a pet is amazing. I can't think of anything else that will bring you this much joy and companionship. And the thing about pets is I always describe it as it's like living with a tiny, perpetually happy mute. At least with dogs, like, they're always in a good mood. They're always happy to see you. They're always happy to cuddle with you and love you and like lick your fingers and show you their appreciation for your mere existence. And they don't talk back and they don't argue with you about silly things like politics and religion and all of these things that humans argue with each other about. And they're just there, just being quiet and cute and smiley. And they all have their own like and they all have their own little personalities and quirks. Like, I don't know, Ellie particularly loves licking my face and attacking me and showing me who's boss. Ellie's my boyfriend's dog, if you didn't already know. I'm at his place right now. My dog Mocha will, like, if she feels like she's not getting enough attention and she wants you to like pet her and pay attention to her, she'll like come up to you and start like scratching on your leg until you pay attention to her and pick her up and put her on your lap and give her some cuddles. I'm a dog lover personally, so of course I'm raving about dogs, but if you like cats, get a cat. If you like hamsters, get a hamster, but prepare yourself for heartbreak because they don't live very long. I don't know, whatever pet it is that draws your attention and that just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy and happy inside. If you can get a pet, get a pet. You will not regret it. They're amazing and lovely, and there's nothing else in the world that can replace the love that you feel from an animal. And lastly, I want to do some little like rapid fire of lots of little activities to bring in those cozy vibes, those happy vibes, and those self-care goodness stuff. So, cleaning your room, because a clean and clutter-free room is a clean and clutter-free mind. Scented candles. I particularly love the Bath & Body Works Hot Cocoa and Cream. The Bath & Body Works, I think it's salted pretzel and milkshake. Oh my god, that one is so good. I really like gourmand, like dessert smelling fragrances. And I also like the Woodwick Cafe Sweets, which sadly does not particularly smell like cafe sweets, but it does smell like a wood-burning fire in your home, and it has that like nice little crackling sound from the wooden wick. That's why it's called Woodwick. They're awesome if you want to feel like you have a fireplace in your home and you don't have a fireplace in your home, then get a Woodwick candle. They really do give you that like just fireplace, real wood burning fireplace vibe. I've been trying to make time for doing my skincare, doing like a little face mask at least once or twice a week. I particularly love the Glen Coco mask and the Beauty Sleep mask from Lush. Taking a bubble bath and treating yourself to a nice little bath bomb or bubble bar is always a good idea too. I really like to just like lie down in the bath and like lie back with my ears inside the water and then hug my legs up to my chest and just like lay there like that, just looking up at the ceiling, and it just feels so comforting and like kind of primal. It almost just like feels like being in the womb, you know? Because you just like the sound is all muffled from the water in your ears, and you're just like hugged up like this in the fetal position, and it's very comforting somehow. Warm drinks, as always, are a classic and excellent option to give yourself some warm, comforting vibes. Hot cocoa, chai tea, lattes, coffees, peppermint what have yous, whatever you like. Just go for it. Get yourself a nice warm drink. Ooh, golden milk. that is also a really good one. And my last point, my nails are not painted right now, but I have been really loving doing my nails recently. Every time I go to the drugstore, I kind of pick up a new color, just like see what they have and get something new to put on my nails. And it's just like such a great way to refresh your mood and to like, I don't know, I always feel like the color that I put on my nails kind of reflects the way that I want to feel or like my vibe or something like that. Putting a fresh coat of paint on my nails is kind of just like putting a fresh coat of paint on a new apartment, right? It's just like a new beginning. It's a fresh start. It's something to make you feel good about yourself and lift your spirits and feel taken care of. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, I've been like slowly sinking lower and lower into this chair throughout this video, I feel like. So that was it. That was everything. That was the video. I hope this gave you some good ideas for how you can make the most of winter and make the most of life. I hope it helps you give yourself permission to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, connect with your inner child, and make time for life outside of work, create more work-life balance, and like accept that you have a personality and value outside of what you do for money. Ugh, I cannot. She is so cute. No, 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 no. Attackins. You do the attackins. Stop it. No. Look, there's witnesses. Look at the witnesses. They can all see your bad behavior. I hope you'll have a wonderful winter or summer if you live in the southern hemisphere. Sorry if you guys feel left out. Take care of yourselves, take care of your health, and yeah, enjoy. I hope you got some good ideas for yeah, just cozy vibes, hygge vibes, and some good fun self-care activities. Say bye-bye, Ellie. Say bye-bye, Ellie. Ow! Thank you for headbutting me in the face. That was very good. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me on social media. All of my links are down below. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!